Here's a name I can say from the Eradicator.
Hello and welcome back to this channel, everybody. This is the Eradicator coming to you with some news about Star Citizen, and surprise, surprise, Star Citizen Alpha 3.8.1. That's right, you read it right. 3.8.1 is back in the PTU, which is very surprising to me. Now, of course, 3.8.1 live build right now does have a lot of issues. Personally, I've stopped playing it because the final straw was when the NPCs became invincible. I was just like, okay, that's it. I'm gonna wait for 3.8.2, and I was hoping that 3.8.2 would be in the PTU very soon, probably yeah today or maybe tomorrow. And I was really surprised to see that it's actually 3.8.1. The list of issues here is still pretty much the same long list of issues, which should include a lot more issues. So the devs, yeah, you gotta have to check out the issue council a little bit more, because I'm pretty sure that not just myself, but other people have been reporting the latest bugs that have been encountered over the past previous patches. So yeah, but anyway, bug fixes, at least there fixes a couple of bugs here. So harvestables should no longer be duplicated when stowing in inventory and changing armor, which is something that has never happened to me so far. And players should no longer get an infinite load or 30K009 error when using bed logout and returning to the game, which is I don't know, that's obviously good, right? It prevents people from not having to reset their account, so that's pretty cool. And they fixed one of the many server crashes that we are experiencing. So yeah, you may want to check out the PTU and see if it works fine, or at least better than the current live build. Probably a good idea to check out later. I'll be doing just that after I make this video. Now, what happened next? A little bit of inside Star Citizen. And this is, in my opinion, what was the most important. We saw something very interesting here in the form of the next integration of Spectrum inside the game. So here we are seeing the new window that you are going to have in the main concourse of the game when you're getting into the verse, which has 4 different tabs here. This is your contact tabs, where you can see all of your different friends. You can also see what they're doing. That's pretty cool. This is the party tab. If you're in a party, and then you are going to join the verse as a party, or join Starman and Arena Commander as a party. That's where you're going to be able to see who's in the party and chat with them. This is the Orc Tab, pretty cool. Finally, we're getting a little bit of Orc integration into the verse, so that is a much welcome addition that is going to come well soon TM, because of course we were not given any ETA. It was a very short segment, just 2 minutes. By the way, this Inside Star Citizen was 7 minutes and 10 seconds long. That is way too short. I don't know. I don't think that Jared is getting the message. I don't think he's getting the message that these Inside Star Citizen episodes need to be longer. That there are people who pay their hard-earned money every month, $10, $20, and what they are getting is a 7-minute short episode, and unfortunately is not very informative. But again, that is my opinion. We're going to talk about it later. It seems that I am in the minority here, which is great. That's why I'm doing these polls. That's because I want to check out, sometimes I have a feeling, I have an opinion, and it's very easy as a content creator to think, oh, because I think that, and everybody must be thinking that. So that's why I'm doing these polls. Sometimes I'm getting a nice reality check from these polls, and we're going to talk about it later. And the last one here is just the chat option. So yeah, no ETA. We don't know if this is going to come in 3.9 or 4.0, but I really hope that it will make its way into the roadmap update, which hopefully, we don't know when it's coming. They said it's going to come very soon. Hopefully it's going to come tomorrow. What came up after were the prison. I'm not playing the actual footage here, simply because it's very short. You can see as soon as I stop doing that, we get to see Luke Presley here. Great guy, by the way, but I want to see I want to see those images here. Pretty sure you guys also want to see those images of prisons. And here we are outside on Aberdeen with that very daunting skyline. Yeah, this is definitely not a place where I would spend my holidays. But yeah, some of those turrets here that may shoot down any people attempting to make an escape. This is one of the shafts where people would have to. I think we saw the footage in during CitizenCon, where people were doing that escape and people going to that shaft So that's what it is here. So it was confirmed that the entire prison is automated, so there won't be any security guard. There are going to be security turrets, though, that will be here to shoot you down in case you are not behaving so well. There are about 50 cells per block. This is definitely not a toilet you want to be around. Probably is going to be quite smelly. I don't know. I really like all of those details that you see inside those blocks. Actually, the prison cell blocks, I don't know what you guys are thinking, but those prison cell blocks actually do look a little bit better than those at Grimax. Just my opinion. It's a little bit cleaner than Grimax. I don't know if this looks also a little bit more comfy as well. Just my own opinion, of course. But yeah, we got to see what it looks like inside. We got to see a little bit of some of the main concourse here inside the prison. We also had a little look here of yeah, there we go. There's the automated turret here, something that is going to come in the future. I really hope this was actually in a sneak peek image of the email that we had this week in the newsletter. I really hope that in the future we're going to see those automated turrets in bases as well. You know, when hostiles are going to come and invade your outpost or maybe your ship. I really wonder if we will also be able to equip our ships with those. I think that would be pretty awesome. But yeah, so this is going to be the whole plan to automate those turrets so that, you know, basically players or inmates are going to have to manage themselves inside the prison. And yeah, the more we go into the prison, the just creepier it feels. That like the commissary is just a robot here, which is where you're going to be able to buy and sell your merits to then have access to some commodities such as oxygen or food. But again, my main grief here that I'm having with this episode of Inside Star Citizen, especially also this segment here regarding the prison, is that we haven't learned anything new. Everything that we've seen here in this episode was already discussed during the panels of CitizenCon. So we're going to listen to Jared here.
This week.
Let's listen to that.
So what we learned this week?
Well, we learned nothing, Jared. That's what we learned this week. We learned nothing because everything was already talked about during CitizenCon. And this little segment, which again was pretty cool, especially I love what I'm seeing here, but we already knew, we've known for years already that they've been trying to integrate Spectrum into the game. So this is also no news. I saw some people on the net saying, "Oh wow, this is so cool," but actually, yeah, it is. But this is not new. We've known for several years now that they were working on something like that. It's great. It's finally coming up. It's great that we get to see this interface here. But this is not something new that we just learned in this episode. So basically, that one more time, this is the third time in a row, and 7 minutes, I just felt like I wasted my time when I was watching this episode. And I don't understand why we don't get to see better topics that are going to talk about future iterations of what's coming up in Star Citizen. You know, why don't we talk about the Karak? Why don't we talk about bounty hunter mechanics? What's going on with those? You know, how about the Hull C? Yeah, the Hull C is complete in Squadron 42. Why don't we see it? I know it's Squadron 42. They don't talk about Squadron 42 so much, but they could talk a little bit about Squadron 42 as well, because we want to know what's going on there too. So I don't really understand Jared's editorial choices when it comes to choosing the topics for Inside Star Citizen, and I'm wondering, does he have any freedom to do that? Is it his choice, or is he hands tied? I have no idea about what's going on there. Now, my buddy DG360 thinks that Jared looks a little bit tired or not so motivated, or lacks his mojo that he used to have in previous seasons. I don't know if this is something that's happening there as well. That's his opinion. But yeah, it does seem that there is something a little bit fishy going on there as well. Anyway, yeah, so let's talk about a little bit more about Inside Star Citizen, guys, because I've made this poll here. I've been wanting, this was my opinion, of course. I was not pleased with this Inside Star Citizen episode. I thought that it sucked, but I wanted to know what you guys were thinking about it. So let's refresh that a little bit. Only 105 votes because I did that 3 hours ago. I was not expecting to make this video so quickly because I saw the PTU. I was like, okay, gotta talk about this here. So, how did you like the latest Inside Star Citizen episode? We've got 8% of 105 votes, so it's not a lot, right? But still, it's an interesting sample. It's just a sample. 8% said that it was informative and concise, and I loved it. All right. So 8% of 105 people loved it, which I usually think that that these polls, people say, oh, it's just a very small sample. It's not representative. I disagree. I think that it's usually a nice little instant photograph of what's going on there. We got 69% of you guys who said that it was good but too short. So interesting trend here that's happening. Again, that's what I said. I'm in the minority here. It was, as far as I'm concerned, I thought it was not good, but too short. But 69% of you guys think it was good. So I guess probably they must be doing something good there, and I must be a little bit too picky, or maybe just grumpy because of the lack of content or news that's going on right now with Star Citizen. 6% says the length is okay, but I didn't learn anything. 7%, that's including myself here, say that it sucked, just like the previous two, and 11% said that they don't watch Inside Star Citizen anymore. Interesting. So yeah, I'm in the minority here, so that's why I'm really glad that you guys take part of those polls, and sometimes it's a nice reality check. Let's see what you guys have to say here. I'm going to unsubscribe to this channel. I feel you're constantly looking for drama where there's not to be had. Well, so I'm saying goodbye to this guy. Okay, fine. If you don't like it when this channel is not for you, then please unsubscribe. That's totally okay. That's totally okay. But this, I don't feel like I'm creating drama. I'm just having an opinion. It's not even a rant. I don't think it's that much of a rant. It's just my own opinion. I think that I'm not happy with those Inside Star Citizen episodes. I think that they're not long enough, and I don't think that we're learning things. At least as far as I'm concerned. Again, this is just my opinion, and I'm in the minority here, but I'm not excited about what I'm seeing in those Inside Star Citizen. Maybe what they're doing is just not for me. I don't know. So anyway, Dominic Gunnarsson says, I doubt we'll ever see those lengthy videos again. Less time spent making videos, more time on development. So Dominic is fine. Dominic here is fine with having shorter videos as long as they spend more time on development, which I think is also okay. If we had short videos, but we had good updates about what's going to come up in the next coming patches, then yeah, sure. But this has not been the case lately. Shadow Neva says, I'm going to be very sad if there's another art department person tomorrow who's working on iCache. And what is that is a very good question, Shadow Neva. Absolutely. Absolutely. We want to know what iCache is all about. Absolutely. iCache, which is required for the next improvements of the cargo system, if I am correct. It is absolutely needed for those very large cargo ships, and we definitely need to know what's going on there. What's the ETA? How far are we for iCache to be implemented? Thank you so much for the awesome comment here. Star Major says he missed those 20-40 minutes ones that we had years ago. Oh, me too. I really love, because they were. I know that a lot of people also said that they were a little bit too detailed. CIG also did say that the reason why they don't do this is because people were not, they were working a lot, and the payback was not that much. Not a lot of people were actually watching even half of it, so that's why they're not doing those. But as far as I'm concerned, I was watching every single one of them, every single minute, sometimes 2 or 3 times. But probably it must be that's because I'm a hardcore fan. Not everybody is that hardcore. Pritch319 says, Redeemer when? Good question, Redeemer. Maybe on the roadmap. That is wishful thinking, of course. Typical half beep. So what's new? Well, nothing. Nothing is new. And Big Chunga says he also missed those 30+ minutes episode, and I'm gonna say me too, bro. All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget that this month I've got a giveaway. I'm giving away a Mustang beta thanks to Dragon Ghost. I'll put the link in the description down below if you want to check out his channel. He's often streaming on Twitch as well, so awesome guy. All you need to do to catch us winning is to be a subscriber of this channel, and the winner will be announced early March. Also, for all the Patreons out there, I am giving away money, $50 in gift cards. All you need to do is to be a Patreon subscriber. Pledges start at $1 a month. They really help this channel a lot for me to go the extra mile, bring you all that content on a daily basis and more. Go check it out. The link in the description down below as well. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you guys tomorrow for hopefully a good roadmap update. This is the Eradicator. I'm signing out.